You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Well, she has been publicly feuding with Mr. Trump for years now, but this time Rosie O'Donnell might have taken it too far. The comedian tweeting this: "I fully support imposing martial law, delaying the inauguration until Trump is cleared of all charges." Rosie also called the president-elect mentally ill and a liar.
Kathy Griffin just got herself in a hell of a lot of trouble. As a comic, as a writer, as a comedian, as a performer, what do you think of that, and should people forgive her?
I'd see that everybody's a hypocrite because everybody's imagined themselves standing there with his head. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe at least half the country.
Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I am outraged. Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
You know, I had a dream the other night about that I was playing golf with Donald Trump and I was standing beside him with a club in my hand and I was, you know, considering my options when I suddenly woke up. You know, it was one of those dreams when you want to just get back to sleep so you can finish it, you know? Yeah.
All right, so I hold it back here.
Same exact thing we just did. That's it.
Okay.
Rotate a little bit this way, other way, other way, other way.
Right.
That's it right there. Pull it up. Just very good. Drop it.
All right, so here in America, we're at a turning point tonight with forces now forming an alliance to try and remove President Trump from office. It's that serious.
This is not a diversionary tactic. This stuff is real here. This coup, this silent coup that is taking place is real.
A soft coup is underway right here in the United States of America in an attempt to overturn November's election results and forcibly remove a duly elected president from office. Sinister forces quickly aligning in what is becoming now, in my mind, a clear and present danger.
Because I got to go into the Congress and spend 3 hours from 9:30 in the evening to 12:30 a.m. with one of the senior ranking members of Congress. And he told me, and of course this is what I said on CBN, but they cut it out, but I'm going to go public with this because we have to. He said there is a plot on Capitol Hill to take the president out. I said, you mean by impeachment or by indictment? He said, no, to take him out.
This is an effort to subvert the administration of President Donald Trump. It is nothing less. It is an effort by the deep state to roll over a duly elected president and a legitimate government and to break the will of the American people.
You can read between the lines. I said, look, I said, that's not going to happen. He said, well, really, there's nothing we can do to stop it. I said, we are going to stop it because we're going to mobilize the body of Christ to pray.
And the best description of it is by Barry Castleman in his blog, where he said this is a coup d'etat. He said 14 million citizens in private ballots picked Donald Trump. 20 TV executives have decided to destroy him.
This is no longer about Republicans and Democrats, conservatives and liberals. This is about a full-on assault by the left, the Democratic Party, to absolutely carry out a coup d'etat against President Trump.
This is real. You have to understand, they're in publications that government reads trying to get it ready. And again, they're not just going to kill Trump. And believe me, they're going to kill him if they try. They're not going to let him haul him before a court in chains, turn him into a superhero. He's going to be a big enough martyr already. They're going to try to politically destroy him, then kill him, then bring out horrible lies about him so he can't defend himself. And they're going to go after all the opposition. You notice Ron Paul's starting to back Trump. He knows how much trouble Trump's in. He says, quote, Trump's back's against the wall when he was on last week and said he's doing a good job. Rand Paul says he gets up. In fact, I never played that clip last week. Can we pull that up? He wakes up every morning and thanks God Donald Trump is president, or we'd already be in giant wars. That's a fact. That's Rand Paul. Those are good guys. They understand. Now, you notice the Pauls now weren't supporting Trump. Now they are, because they understand, folks, he's the figurehead, and they're putting everything they can to take him down. If they get Trump, they're going to get Ron Paul. They're going to get Rand Paul. They're going to get me. They're going to get Matt Drudge. They're going to get Sean Hannity. They're going to get Rush Limbaugh. Now, is Rush Limbaugh perfect? No. Is Hannity perfect? No. Am I perfect? No. We're not out to get the country. We believe in prosperity. We believe in open religious freedom. We're Christians. We believe in America. We're not selling out to radical Islam. We're not trying to sexualize kids. We're just decent people. Does that mean Republicans don't go off the deep end sometimes? Absolutely. Does it mean the Republican establishment's horrible? Absolutely. Did it mean Limbaugh's been too easy on them? Yes. But all that's over, folks. The Republican establishment knows their days are numbered too. That's why they're combined in this evil combination, this trifecta of MSM, foreign corporations, and the political class in this country that want to stay in control. And you've got this evil combination. That's what it is, like a Legion of Doom. And then all their minions that are their useful idiots who are totally invested in the system. I used to stay up till 2, 3 in the morning almost every books from ancient Greece and Rome and World War II and World War I. And by learning history, I learned how statecraft worked. I learned about court intrigue. I learned about secret societies. I learned about COG. I'm not bragging. I was just the type that would watch C-SPAN when I was in high school and college. I'm the type of weirdo that would, watch the re-airing on PBS of Watergate hearings. I'm the type of guy that would watch Frontline, back when it was a good show about COG and plans they had to have martial law back in the 80s. They didn't go there, but now I'm seeing what they had planned then. They're crazy enough to try it. They didn't try it before because there was a good chance they'd end up going to prison. The globalists are more wild now. They're not really the old guard that actually got power for themselves, that actually ran things. They were bad, but at least they worked 18 hours a day and had some restraint. You look at the people running things now, they thought they were going to beat Trump. It shows it's like they're weak and they're overconfident. And what is it you learn about these weirdos that get mentally ill and get megalomania? If they're a manager or, some small thing, the more power they get, the crazier they get. That explains all of this. He's real, folks. I can't believe he's gotten this much done. And we sit here and bitch. They're going to kill him any day now. They're going to blow him and his family up, folks. Oh, they're going to wait till they get the whole family together. They want them all, especially Donald Jr. Just watch. Oh, God, I can't believe that they've got Clapper and Brennan on TV calling for coups. And they've got these little weak spooks in Newsweek. Oh, God, and they're just we're just ruled by scum that hijacked everything. They didn't even conquer us. Now we're struggling, so they're trying to conquer us. And they're just such filth. Are we really ruled by these people? All 50 attorney generals sent a letter to Obama before he left saying, please rescind your executive order, saying that you're federalizing elections. Now, they've moved on to saying, we're about to remove him the next month or two. This week marks 2 weeks since this started. So they said 2 weeks ago, what names? Clapper, Brennan, Al Gore, others, that within a month or two, the steps are being taken to remove Trump outside of the Constitution, outside of impeachment, in the House and in the Senate. You indict in the House, try in the Senate. Outside of all this, they don't have the votes to do it. Trump has the legislative, the executive, the judicial, though just barely. It's all in Kit Daniels' article on Infowars.com. And the reason it's important is it's not just Democrats saying, let's have a civil emergency, let's have civil war, let's kill everybody, let's take over. It's Savage, Michael Savage, Dr. Savage, smart guy, saying, the American people, if you try this, Democrats, I'm warning you. I'm going to play some clips next hour. I'm warning you, people are going to stand up against you. So, yes, we're hoping to peacefully fix this through information warfare, through the truth, our big weapon. It's how little old InfoWars, though we reach millions a day, we're still small compared to the whole fleet of mainstream media together. They're all small now, but together they're quite large still, putting out hoaxes, putting out racism, putting out lies, putting out, globalism. But because of you, the audience taking action, we're formidable. And now you hear Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh. I was told about it yesterday, and I went and looked at it. I mean, Friday, Sean Hannity was like InfoWars. Even the Washington Post wrote about it. But it's not that Hannity's even getting it from me. It's what's happening. So Savage says, what is going to happen in this country? You have not seen mob violence in this country. You've seen some mob violence instigated by Soros mobs, but you haven't seen anything, I'm telling you, is coming to this country. You haven't seen the day of the locust yet. Then he lays out what's going to happen. Even if they kill Trump, kill me. You're already awake. You know what's going on better than I do in many cases. And the idea's out there, and people understand what's going on, and there's no putting the genie back in the bottle. They confiscated in the last 50 years 99% of the guns from the Venezuelan people. 1960s, they were as rich as we were, populous country, armed, free market, based on that, and then they listened to the siren song of socialism. And they told the middle class, oh, it's too bad you're wealthy. Give up your money. Give up free market for the poor, villagers. And the villagers bought into it. And then they blew up the golden goose. They slit the golden goose's throat. They gobbled down the meat. And then the goose is gone. It's gone. And now your country's burning down, even though you are rich in gold, rich in minerals, rich in rubies and emeralds and diamonds, and rich in trees, and rich in culture, and rich in oil and natural gas, and on and on and on and on and on. Venezuela has as much oil as the U.S. But you can't feed your people because communism doesn't feed anybody but evil globalists. You know how satisfied I am when they tried to block their plan to steal the nomination from Trump. And I made phone calls and did some things, but didn't get through the president that day, but he did watch the video, and a month later called me, and we had a little talk about it. And I only say that to rub it in the globalist face. And then he went out, fought back against it, and got the nomination. And the same thing with trying to steal the electors. And the same thing with claiming nobody came to his crowds or whatever. And now they want to openly talk about killing him, overthrowing him. They want to go shopping around Congress how they're going to do it. And then think we're not going to have congressmen on about it. We're not going to have witnesses on about it. We're not going to have black ops, army colonels on about it. You don't think Lou Dobbs isn't going to talk about it, and Colonel Schaefer isn't going to talk about it, and Rush Limbaugh isn't going to talk about it, and Michael Savage isn't going to talk about it, and you don't think that's going to happen? And we blew you wide open. Our audience got that article out. Drudge got it out, and now it's in the zeitgeist. The #1 political story, the #3 story on Facebook, Twitter, Google, #3 story total. #1 political, Kit Daniels, down your reactor shaft, boom. How does it feel? You have been fighting around the clock to run around in your demographic publications where no libertarians or conservatives read it, saying kill him, murder him, remove him, black ops, we're ready, to try to legitimize it to all your own people in government who are scared to do it, scared to commit the crime outside the Constitution. You don't want to have a debate while you're organizing the people for the violent coup, and now a big giant 10 trillion Q-beam spotlight just hit your ass like you're Count Dracula in the middle of the Sahara Desert, in the middle of the afternoon, and you are on fire. You are burning down. Your plan for the coup is burning to the ground in front of us. While they're on MSNBC and in Mother Jones and in all these establishment publications and Foreign Affairs and Atlantic Monthly saying, don't let him get elected, have martial law, basically, have new staged elections, never let Republicans get elected again, we've got to take over, we're a dying party. I mean, they admit all this, okay? While all that's going on, there's on the news saying, no one's trying to take the nomination. Then, no one's trying to take the electors. No one's trying to block him becoming president. That's insane. Alex Jones is insane. Now it's in Newsweek, Time, CNN, MSNBC. It's on every channel that I am insane and that I've made up that on a Wolf Blitzer program on C-SPAN he hosted for the Aspen Institute 2 weeks ago. We played it probably 10 times here. He has the former head of national security, Clapper, with the head of CIA, Brennan, formerly, saying, don't worry, we don't need impeachment. He's going to be removed the next couple months. The plan's already in place. Then Al Gore goes on the Late Late Show 3 days after a senior pastor that met with senior congressman who we had on goes public and says they're planning to kill him. Oh, yeah, he's now talked to Congress again. No, the plan is to kill Trump. Now, how do you counter that? You play a clip of me talking about runoff making frogs bisexual, so it makes no sense. Cut to me joking around 7 years ago in a Cobra Commander outfit, you know, in a comedy piece we did, and then you cut to, this is what they actually did. Deep State is going to kill the president, Alex Jones. You read it, they never have one link. It just says he's totally insane, he's crazy. Meanwhile, I've got them all saying remove him, kill him, overthrow him, blow up the White House.